Good evening, everyone, and I wanted to welcome you this evening. This evening, we have the Blainey-Broker family here, and they're going to be talking about their journey of how Justine Blainey Wellness Center came to be and their personal experiences along the way. Please help me welcome the family.
All right. Thanks, Angela. Again, my name's Dr. Justine and Dr. Blake, and my mom is with us, Caroline Blainey. So we are going to talk a little bit about our story. So I just want to start off with, Mom, when did you first hear about chiropractic, and what was your experience like?
David had broken a collarbone in his first game for AA hockey. And people were telling me the fastest way to get back on the ice was to have chiropractic treatment. So we went to see Dr. Sawa, and Dr. Sawa walked out 5 minutes after seeing David and said, I think he has something called Scheuermann's kyphosis, and he has to see a specialist. What? I'm here to get him back on the ice. Dr. Sawa picked up a back disease, like a hunchback disease, that every single annual inspection by a doctor had missed.
Yeah. And now we call him turtleback, or he has that hunchback that we try to hide. And so you had Dave start care. What happened with me?
What happened what?
With me, did I get to start care?
I can't remember. I think you worked for a doctor and started care.
Yeah, I didn't get to start right away, a little bit later. Yes. Dave got to start earlier with his hunchback. What was your experience like with Dr. Sawa?
First of all, he was so far away, but he was worth every single moment on the Queenie and tough traffic. I think he got David back into hockey as fast as possible, reduced David's pain as fast as possible. And when David was sort of stabilized, he sent me to a doctor that was nearer to where we lived. They shared, they cared, and David was the center, not who has what patient.
Yeah, and one of the amazing things, right back to Dr. Sawa, is he had the patient Hall of Fame. He had the wall of all his patients, and I remembered that, and one of the reasons why we have that today at the Justine Blainey Wellness Center. And also, he was the first one to say, like, well, you should try that. You'd be good at that.
Yes.
To me. And that stuck with me because I wanted to be a psychiatrist. That was our goal with our parents, you and Dad getting divorced. And I remember in my class, in French immersion, it was the majority of the class that had divorced parents, and everybody was dealing with their different stresses. And so I had thought that I would be a psychologist or a psychiatrist. My second choice had been to be a chiropractor. My third choice had been to be a teacher like you. And so but you remember, I used to suffer with lots and lots of headaches and migraines and neck pain and asthma. What was that like as a mother of a child who was always so sick?
I'm sorry I didn't figure out more help for you sooner. I think a parent suffers when a child suffers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember you carrying me on your back, literally to get me to the hospital every couple of weeks to get all the different pain meds and, to deal with the severe allergies and migraines. And I know you did your best, but it led me ultimately to severe migraine in university where I had to call you to bring me to the hospital, and they did a lumbar puncture, thinking
more than one.
Yeah, multiple. Like you said, I was out of it, but it was like 25 needles into my back to see if I had meningitis, and help me with this migraine, the severe neck pain and headache, and I was vomiting. And from there, that turned me towards chiropractic, though it was one of the worst experiences ever, but also the best experience of having to be addicted to those pain meds and having to get off that addiction over a year of spending time sitting on the toilet, studying, writing an exam in the toilet at university, and led me towards being a chiropractor, where I could be a teacher and an educator and a chiropractor and, help with emotions and providing hope like a psychologist. So I got to get all three things with chiropractic. Now, Dave and I also went through a tough time with my court case to play hockey, and we were right and left defense. What did it feel like being a mom, watching, Dave and I and our struggle, together to play hockey? Yes, he was on the ice and I wasn't. But what was that like for you?
I knew that you would always be a team. You had each other's back. I knew that you were making decisions to be a team in the future, but the love that the two of you showed, the backing that David showed for you and your other male teammates, the ones who wanted you on the team and the ones with lacrosse who already had you on the team, I knew you weren't alone.
Mm-hmm.
And as
Well,
a parent,
it was a threesome, with you and with Dave, but definitely Dave was a huge help. So that's how we decided. As soon as I became a chiropractor, decided to go to chiropractic college, we decided we would open a center together. Dave would learn the business side, which isn't my forte. So my brother runs, along with my sister-in-law, Kim, the business side of the office, the accounting, the lawyers, and you help with the bookkeeping and helping keep the office organized and on all the maintenance. So the three of you help run the office. Well, I can do what I enjoy and what I love, which is taking care of the patients and being a part of their families. And that's kind of what led Dave and I to, right and left defense on the ice, but also hand in hand at the office. And amazingly, I got to meet Blake in first year chiropractic college. So, Blake, tell me about tell us, how did you become a chiropractor? What were your original thoughts?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I thought I was not going to be a chiropractor. I have a brother and a sister who are chiropractors, one in Saskatchewan and one in British Columbia. And I felt that my family line was strong in a sense, and I wanted to break away from it. I didn't think that was where I would end up. And so through university, I spent some time shadowing an optometrist, and that experience, I fell asleep while he was doing exams with patients, and I figured I better not be working in a dark room. That was not going to be the place for me to affect the life and health of others. And so I knew that wasn't the right thing. And I'd been sick a lot as a kid and thought about medicine, but at the same time, it just didn't resonate with me. And dentistry was another experience I had. Was the doctor would often be working in my mouth and asking me questions that you can't really answer. And, different people have different personality types. I'm not one to necessarily carry a conversation and repeat myself through those conversations. And I just felt that if I was going to be a dentist, I'd have to talk a lot, and that wasn't necessarily in my comfort zone. So I looked at chiropractic, and my sister sent me a book about chiropractic philosophy, and it asked an important question that really I had to sleep on. The question was, how is it possible that medical doctors and chiropractors study from the same textbooks, but they look at how the body heals and functions in such different ways? The medical world looks at it kind of a mechanistic viewpoint where, there's a heart and the heart has a problem, or there's an elbow and the elbow has a problem. And chiropractic looks at the body through the nervous system, and the nervous system controls everything. And how can we enhance the function of the nervous system to enhance the function of the whole body? And when I looked at that from a perspective of how I wanted to spend my life, I thought that would be the best way for me to interact, engage, and influence people was to have a way of looking at their whole person, their whole health, and interacting through the medium of the nervous system to enhance their well-being. And that really, it was a huge ego check, because I was determined that I wasn't going to be a chiropractor. I really didn't want I'm the youngest of four. As I said, two siblings are in the profession, and I didn't want to do what they were doing because it just felt like it was the easy road, and I would say it was hard for me to make that decision. But it's been amazing. It's been such a wonderful journey and an amazing ride. And once I made the decision, I met my wife, and yeah, it's been an outstanding life. So that's
So
great.
share with everybody what it was like to meet, because I was chasing him down.
Well, yeah, Justine has her version, and I have mine. So she was chasing, but I wasn't walking very fast, so I wasn't a hard thing to catch up to. But yeah, we had met from her perspective in anatomy lab, and we worked at the same station in the anatomy lab, and got to know each other there. Studied together, and yeah, halfway through first year, we started dating, and like I said, it's been great.
Yep, we went to a hockey game together, and I asked him to hold my hand, and then it started from there. So we both love hockey, and I already knew that he played hockey, and he was smart, and he had ability to care and compassion. I got to see, and his faith that I wanted to be a part of. So when I saw all those amazing things in him, I was running after him for sure, and holding on tight. So tell me a little bit about the rest of our family.
Yeah, and so as I mentioned, my brother and sister are chiropractors. I also have a nephew that's a chiropractor in Saskatchewan, and our daughter's certainly heavily considering the process of entering into chiropractic school. So it's been an amazing experience for our whole family, and in a sense, since my oldest brother Blaine went into the profession, it's had a huge impact and a huge influence on our family, and it's been outstanding.
Definitely, it's changed our lives and how we make decisions. We make decisions on what's going to be healthy for us in the long term. For example, lifestyle of, that exercise is a must, and healthy nutrition is a must, and that's supplements and vitamins are on our kitchen counter and in our cabinet. So it does change the way we look at life through the 5 essentials with MaxLiving. The maximizing your mind and managing stress and dealing with faith. We did maximizing your nutrition, maximizing your muscles and your exercise, maximizing your nerve flow. And we do try to minimize our toxins. We're not perfect, but we do try our best to continuously learn about minimizing those toxins. And the cool thing, like Blake said, we started this center, Dave, myself, my mom, and Blake. At the beginning, it was the 4 of us. And then we were lucky enough to have Kim, my sister-in-law, join us. And during the pandemic, one of the most amazing things is that both of our kids were working in the center, helping with the front desk, and my daughter helping as an exam tech. So just amazing at that point that we had all of us together working as a family, trying to help other families during these tough times. And I think it'll be something we look back on, even in this challenging pandemic. It was amazing to have our family pull together and work for the betterment of helping others that were just under so much stress. And it's certainly something I think we'll all have good memories of, and try and focus on the good, even during these tough times and dark times. How did you, when you think about the mission of the Justine Blainey Wellness Center, Blake was helping with Dr. Vanessa, one of our locum doctors. We've been really blessed with amazing what we call other family members that have come in to help us when we're away, or if we're sick or injured. Dr. Vanessa, Dr. Leslie, Dr. Pam, Dr. Davis. I mean, just some amazing doctors that have helped us along the years. So you helped create the mission statement with Dr. Vanessa. What does it mean to you?
Well, our mission really, we want to make sure that we reach families and help them make better choices for their health, and have the opportunity to express their innate potential to live life at its best. So, it's something that we crafted almost 20 years ago, and yeah, it's something that we've been able to live towards and live into throughout all those years. Yeah.
So I mean, innate is a big word, and
Mhm.
for many people, it's not something that's common for them. What does innate mean to you?
Well, it's something that if we were going to be talking sports, a lot of people will talk about an innately gifted athlete, and then some people will use the term God-given talent, and so just trying to use that as a road into it, but innate encompasses the intelligence that's around all living things, and so if we can remove the interference to get out of the way and let innate express, then great things happen.
I love it. And one of my missions is just help us be our best version of ourselves. None of us are perfect. None of us have it all together all the time. But if we can handle the bumps along the road that we are all going to face with a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance, so that we can be the best for ourselves, but also for our loved ones, for our community, because one of our goals is really, really to make a big difference in Brampton and surrounding, to help people, to be able to give back. And certainly that's something that we see that is needed right now. One of our main passions is volunteering and giving back to the community. Mom, as a patient, you've come in for massage or acupuncture, chiropractic. What is it like for you as a patient entering the center?
First thing is everybody says hello. Hello, Caroline. They know who I am and they know who everybody is. You come in once, they know you. They're happy to see you. Through COVID, there's a piece of paper to sign, but I don't think I would be walking if it were not for the Justine Blainey Wellness Center. I've had some tough times with my legs, with my knees, with my back, and with all the people that have helped me, especially you, Justine. You're my chiropractor 3 times a week. I am mobile. I am taking care of my house. I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I don't need to be, because I've got Kim helping me with most of my job now. And I truly thank you. I would be sitting, as some other older people I know, watching TV.
Well, and we want to keep you moving long term, and that is one of
I
our
know.
goals, right? I was
Yeah.
bugging you that we got to keep the exercise routine up. So one of our goals is, just like with my mom, is to make every day easier, and to think of, as a grandmother, that you can play with your grandchildren, that you can support them at their games, that you can support them with, as a teacher, to help them with their math. Our goal is to help all families be able to be their best, not just for their spouse, but for their children and their grandchildren, and soon their great grandchildren too. So, Mom, we want you around. We want to keep you healthy. We want to love and appreciate all the families that come into the center. And we're just so grateful for our family, our dynamics, our ability to work together and to share our stories. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, Dr. Justine and Dr. Blake and Caroline, for your journey. And it's incredible to see what happens when people are really passionate. Okay. Thank you so much, and everyone have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.